Hello guys, in today's video I'm going over my Sova RECON arrows on bind for both attack and defense. As you probably know from my previous video on split that I did, I like to keep my arrows very simple, very easy to line up, but they're also high value arrows. I usually make these arrows from the positions that I like to play and areas that I like to move most of the time, and I keep them very simple. So they're easy to remember and I can quickly line them up in a high pressure situation. Today we're gonna first start with the defense, so let's jump right into it. If you're playing A in defense, first arrow is gonna be for back showers, because the orb is there and I like to grab that orb whenever I can, and I go usually very aggressive for it. The arrow is very simple. You go into this corner. The first vertical line in the charge bar, you can just put it here. You don't even need to line it up like this, if it's easier for you. Put it like this, it's second charge. You throw it, you go full aggressive. You're gonna see if someone's peeking. If there's no one, you grab the orb and you leave. Next arrow is for short. It's very simple and easy to line up. You go into this little corner here. You make sure that you properly line up by just holding W when you are. Now you're gonna look under charge. There's like two little squares for bounces. You're gonna line up the left one with the edge of this so it fits perfectly like this. And then you're gonna slowly raise it up just a little bit. So it is something like this. After that, it's just a second charge.
Revealing area.
Lands exactly on the edge here, scans all of this and even scans back here. Next arrow is a UI lineup and it goes on B short. You go into this corner. What are we gonna be looking for is this dark part and this crack here. So you line up your UI line perfectly with the dark part and then you move it slowly down until it reaches that crack. When you have that, it's a full charge. Takes around 10-11 seconds to land. Next is going to be a retake arrow if you're playing on B and you're coming on A. It's also very simple. You go into this corner. You're gonna look at the second vertical line in your charge bar and you're gonna put it in the middle of these two white lines so that it touches by this, the bottom part. After that, it's just a second charge. Also scans the whole back side and the front side. So before the round, I go into this corner. I look at this part, then I put the left crosshair right on here. And all I do is third charge. I go in shift walk. Lands, if it scans anyone, you try to kill him. If there's nobody here, you grab the orb. You can push if you want, or you can just go back and hold the side. I go into this corner here. It's gonna be a UI lineup. You're gonna look at this part over here with the line under your HP, under your shield. So you put the end of the line with the starting of this blue part of the pole here. Put it like this. And all you do is full charge. What you can do, you can slowly sneak, because it takes like 10 seconds for the arrow to fall. By the time you reach here, in shift walking, the first scan should go up and you should see where everyone is. It lands right here on the roof. So the first one, you're gonna crouch and you're gonna fully look down as long as your mouse cannot move more down. You're gonna hold it like that and you're gonna find this lighter circle dot on the map and you're gonna put your crosshair right in the middle of it. Now, when you've done that, you're gonna look at this part of the building and you're gonna aim somewhere in the middle. Like, it doesn't really matter, like perfect lineup doesn't matter. Somewhere in the middle, and just move it a little bit to the right so it doesn't get stuck on the wall. So we're gonna do here double bounce and third charge.
Revealing area.
It lands right here, and the arrow for B short is gonna be from exactly the same position. You're gonna crouch, you're gonna move your mouse fully down, and you're gonna wait until you line up yourself in the middle of that little dot here. Before I show you the arrow, the importance of holding that spot when you're playing passively elbow is that you can hold this spot here. And then whenever you feel the need that you need to throw the arrow, you just throw one of these two arrows. So you can line up yourself in the beginning of the round and literally sit here the whole round and just throw arrow whenever you want. Now, how you throw arrow? You're gonna line up with here. You're gonna look at your vertical line in charge bar. And you're gonna put the bottom part of it right in this corner. Like this. You're gonna crouch then. You're gonna do one bounce and second
Revealing area.
charge. It lands right here. Sometimes you'll want to play backside like I do to mix it up. Usually playing here. Arrow for B short. You're gonna look at this, 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 and this. You're gonna line up your bow. You're gonna see with what I'm lining up at here. Like the edge, the circular edge on your bow. You're gonna have it line up with this dot, but you're gonna move it under this line a little bit. Left side of this dot, under the white line, like this. And it's gonna be third charge.
Revealing area.
Second one is for long, very simple, same position like the other two arrows. I like to throw them from the same position so there's no like mix up and I don't need to move. Simply same dot again. And end of your charge bar, put it something like this, doesn't really matter. Second charge,
Revealing area.
throw it. Lands here. Scans everything. In case one of my teammates or two of my teammates want to go aggressive in the showers and I'm playing on B, at the beginning of the round, go into this corner. Look at this edge of the building here, but with your arrow, with your beginning of the arrow, you put it right here. Not the pointy part, but the end of the pointy part. You put it like this. And it's third charge, no bounces.
Revealing area.
Lands here. Scans people who might be pushing showers aggressively on the beginning of the round. Also on the beginning of the round, mid round, late round, or wherever your teammates ask you to do it, to help them on A and short. If they're playing slow, you don't know what's going on. You don't want to throw on B, you don't want to throw on B short, on B long. But you want to throw it on A short because you think they're going to go A short. You line up yourself with the second line in the wall here, like this. You're going to look at this part over here, but you're going to look with the dot on your left click on your icon. You see when you click your RECON arrow above it, there's like left click and right click icons. There's gonna be a left click icon and it's gonna have a little white dot above it. You put the white dot at that corner over here and you recharge it.
Revealing area.
Lands here around 5, 6, maybe like 7 seconds after the beginning of the round. Usually the enemies always wait and expect you to destroy it immediately, but this time they're not gonna expect it. They might even push up and you might catch them off guard and scan a lot of them that they're trying to push A. The same kind of arrow can also be achieved if you're playing B side. I like to have it from elbow and B side depending where I play at the time, because you never know when your teammate might ask you to throw an arrow, and it's very inconvenient to run from backside to throw an arrow from here. So there's also a simple lineup from this corner. We're gonna be looking at the yellow part of this wooden stick, but this time we're not gonna pull out our arrow. We're gonna use our ultimate icon, the middle arrow. You're gonna put the middle arrow. You see how there's here, you see how on your ultimate icon there's like left, middle and right part of the arrow? You're gonna put that middle part exactly on the yellow, on this stick, right in the middle here. Very simple. And then we're gonna pull out our arrow and it's gonna be
Revealing area.
third charge. Lands almost exactly as the previous arrow, a little bit higher, does the exact same job as the other arrow. And the last arrow I'm gonna show you is gonna be for retake B. When you're playing A, you go on the second line or in the middle line, right here. You're gonna look at this part over here, but you're gonna look with your white dot above your RECON arrow icons. You're gonna have left click and you're gonna have right click. You're gonna line up the white dot of the left click somewhere here. It doesn't really matter, it doesn't have to be perfect. It's a second charge. Lands pretty much almost the same as if you would do this aggressive arrow,
Revealing area.
and they both do the same job. When it comes to attack, there's only 3 lineups that I use at the beginning of the round. Everything else I just use on the fly when I'm running towards the side, and I use it for what I need it. First I'm gonna show you those 3 lineups that I do on the beginning of the round to gather info, and then I'm gonna show you what I mean by just shoot it on the fly. First one is when you want to take control of the showers and the enemy is pushing, getting aggro, trying to get the orb. You just want to gather info. At the beginning of the round, go into this corner here with those 2 boxes. Aim with your crosshair like this. And all you do,
Revealing area.
second charge. If it lands, it's gonna land like this. Second arrow that I like to use on the beginning of the round is to see how many of them are playing A, where are they positioning, and if they're playing aggro or if they're playing passive, and which characters are playing A. Simply on the beginning of the round, line up yourself with the edge of this wall, and all you do is you aim at this light. Not the left one, the right white light at the top of this building. It's a second charge.
Area.
It lands right here, and as you can see, scans everything here, so they cannot hide anywhere here. Scans all of this backside here. And when it comes for the third arrow at the beginning of the round, simply go into this corner, aim somewhere like this in the end, full charge, 1 bounce.
Area.
Lands here, scans the whole side. You can see where they're playing, who's they're playing, and how they're playing it. This is gonna be it for today, guys. I have a next video planned for Haven. I have some really cool arrows that I really think that you're gonna like. I personally on Bind like to play B, so that's why I have a lot of more arrows on B, and I feel like you can make up your own arrows from wherever you want to play. So that's the beauty of playing Sova and having open skyboxes. Hopefully you learned some new arrows. If you did, please leave a like, consider subscribing if you enjoyed this content, and I'll see you guys in the next one.